Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. I'm so excited because we got Sam's bead box today and it is ancient Egypt. Super excited about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get it all opened up and we will take a look at it. Right back. So here's a little peek. All right, so the reveal date is August 13th. So that's when you can start posting your creations and such on Sam's and the Gem Chat Facebook group. Sorry guys, I'm like losing it. So it is ancient Egypt. Millennia have passed since the reign of pharaohs, yet ancient Egypt remains a source of fascination today. From the towering pyramids of Giza, I think it's Giza, to the richly decorated tombs of the Valley of Kings, the artistic achievements of the civilization still inspire awe. The ancient Egyptians held gemstones in high regard, cherishing turquoise as a stone of divine protection, carnelian for vitality and courage, and lapis for wisdom. These gems were inlaid into jewelry and placed within tombs, crafted to not only be beautiful, but also connect the wearer to the divine. For this month's box, we drew inspiration from the elegance of ancient Egypt, curating a palette filled with rich colors and symbolism, graduated magnesite rounds, accented with carnelian spacers, echo the balance of geometry often found in Egyptian jewelry. Check glass scarabs, ooh, I'm so excited, I love those. Carved tablets and lotus bell flowers offer ancient imagery, while gold associated with Ra, the sun god, and sapphire blue fire polished strands reflect the opulence of Egyptian ornamentation. Whether you create a protective amulet or a bold statement piece, we hope this box connects you to the awe and beauty of ancient Egypt. All right, so look at this, guys. Woo! Look at this. Look at this beauty. Holy moly. This is amazing. All right, I am going to get this in some order here, and I will be right back, and we will go ahead and look at everything in detail. I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, we're going to look at the strands first because that's how they appear on our little list here. So the retail value of this box is $93, and it sure shows. So the first thing we have is this magnesite smooth round graduated strand with carnelian spacers. And it is heated and dyed. Those sizes range from 4 to 10.5 millimeters. And you get about, it's a 13-inch strand, so you get about 57 pieces. I'll grab my little tray here. Whoops, there goes my chapstick. All right. Isn't that pretty? This is gorgeous. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this open, and we're gonna leave everything together. So I'm just gonna try my hardest, maybe kind of do it a little bit by size, but it doesn't need to be totally by size. And we're gonna organize it in here. Whoa, come back here. So we got this little one here. And then we're gonna leave that carnelian, well, maybe we just put the carnelian next to it. That should be fine. And we got these guys. I love a good graduated strand, you guys. They're so nice. So nice to have. And you can just literally just string it and you have an instant necklace. It's like super easy. And with the beads looking like this, even better. So there's our graduated strand. Looks good, looking good. All right, so next we have carnelian and Russian. Okay, so the carnelian is heated and the Russian Amazonite chips. They're 6 to 10 millimeters. You get a 14.5-inch strand. Look at that. Very pretty. I love chips like this. And these are like nice chunky chips. They're not little itty bitty baby chips. They're really good big chips. I love that. And we're going to separate the colors out for this one, knowing that we can put them together, but it just makes it easier to kind of look at it for me in the little box here. So we're just going to separate this out. Wonder if they'll just fit in one. If not, I can go next to it. It would be fine. Let me just try to get them all in there. So if you have not yet signed up to get Sam's bead box, you can absolutely do so. I have a link in the description. I also include a link for if you've never shopped at Sam's, when the box extras come out, which would be, let me see, the box extras will be posting on the 15th. So that's good. So on this coming Friday on the live sale, they'll be on there. So you can also, if you've never shopped the Sam's sales, you can use a promo code that I have in there for you. There's instructions on how to use that. And then you can save $10 on your first purchase over there during the live. So that's a good way to maybe get a few things that you might want. You know, maybe you're not quite ready for the box yet. You know, it's a big step. So, but it's $49 per month, but you get like double that basically in value. And your first one, you can get $5 off if you use my code in the description. $5 off your first one. All right, the next one are these really super cute little cat amber gold check glass cats, and you get 4 of them. They're really, really cute. They're 11.5 by 17.5. Just adorable little kitties. Who doesn't love a cute little cat? All right, next is this fire polish, check glass fire polish gold line crystal clear 8 by 12 millimeter 10-piece strand. So they're crystal clear check glass, but they do have that gold line in there. It just makes it look so cool. I love that. They're really pretty facets on these too. Let's put those in here. Pretty, pretty, I love it. All right, let me get rid of put my garbage over on the side here. Next we have check glass teardrops in rustic gold. These are 6.5 by 10 millimeters, and you get a 20-piece strand. So these drops are drilled through the center just like that. And we'll put those right here. There's a lot of gold in here, and I love that. So pretty. And then next we have check glass fire polish twist diamonds, in rustic gold. They're 13 by 22 millimeters, and you get a 2-piece strand. These are really cool. These make such really pretty earrings. So you get the 2 twists, and then you get 3 little some little, like, they look about 4 millimeter check glass rounds in between. Those are really pretty. Okay. Next is check glass fire polish rounds, ancient Egypt mix, 4 millimeter, and you get a 45-piece strand. So you're getting the turquoise blue, the dark blue like a lapis, and you're getting gold. Very, very pretty mix. I love this. This one, when we open it up, we're gonna leave it all as one little mix. Let's just pull that off and just drop them right in here. They're gonna look so good all together like that. Gorgeous, so gorgeous. All right, next we have lapis rectangle tubes, which are 4 by 13.5 millimeters. And you have carnelian faceted cubes, which are 4.5 millimeters. They are heated and dyed, and you get an 8-inch strand. Look at this lapis on here. And those little carnelian cubes. This is gorgeous. I love these. You know, I'm always like intimidated by the long rectangle barrels like that, but I absolutely love them. They're just gorgeous. I don't know why I get intimidated by some of the shapes. You guys know I love different shapes, so I don't know why it bothers me. All right, I'm just pulling these off, and I'm leaving them right by each other. They go with each other so nice. Look at that. Look at that beauty. All right, next we have carnelian and lapis lazuli. These are heated and dyed, and they are 3 by 6 millimeters, and they are on an 8-inch strand. So these are really, really pretty. Love this. I love this. Like, I really would just wear it just like this, like as a bracelet. It's gorgeous. I kind of want to do a challenge of like one of these days when I open a Sam's box. How many of these can I just restring as is, as a piece of jewelry? Because I bet you I could do quite a few of them. They put such beautiful things together that, I don't know. They have good eyes, you guys, for, you know, designing a strand. And a lot of the strands are made exclusively for Sam's. Like, you're not going to find a strand like that anywhere else, like at any other retailer. It's going to be only at Sam's. Okay, so next we have check glass fire polished barrels in sapphire. They're 4 by 6, and you get a 25-piece strand. These are really beautiful blue. They look like just a tiny little shade lighter than the rest of the blues, which is perfect. I think it's still a deep blue, but it's just maybe that it's transparent. It just tends to look a little bit lighter, and I love that. All right, so we're just going to put these little guys right here. Oops, I knew I was going to do that. There they go. At least he didn't take off on me, right? Okay, the next one is check glass bellflowers, blue silk gold, 4.5 by 7 millimeters, and it's a 20-piece strand. So let's take a look at these bellflowers. Oh, those are so cute. Look at how pretty that is, you guys. I love that gold wash on them. Gorgeous. Then our last of the stranded selections, we have some check glass melon drops in blue silk and gold, 8 by 13 millimeters. You get an 8-piece strand. These make like the best earrings. Also too, I really like to use them in like a strand design. You know, sometimes I'll do like this number with a small bead, and then the next one's over, I'll do a bigger bead and do like this. It really makes it interesting. So that's a really cool option too. Okay, there's all of our strands. And then next we're just gonna go for the bagged stuff here. They all have a description on them. So in this little bag we have check glass flat pear brio in carnelian color, 18 by 29 millimeter. You get a 2-piece set. And we also have check glass diamond brio carnelian color, 12 by 13, and a 5-piece set. So let's take a look at these. Woo, I just like threw them on there. So here you can have 2 pendants or a pair of earrings, either way. These are really delicious looking. They almost look like they're, they almost remind me of like caramels. Aren't those pretty? And so they're drilled this way through the top. And same with these diamond brios. These are drilled through the top. I love the diamond brios. I think they're a lot of fun to play with and to work with. I don't get them very often, but when I do get them, I do like to use them. They're a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to put them in here. And I think we can get away with putting them in separate containers here. This one we have check glass oval in turquoise, and these are a 11 by 16 millimeters, and you get a 12-piece set. These are really pretty. Look at those. Ooh, I love those. They are super nice. This is like amazing quality right here, you guys. Check glass. Check that out. Ha, check that out. And we'll put them right here. I kind of want to do something with those right away. Love them. Okay, then in this one we have check glass fire polished faceted round carnelian color mix, 8 millimeter. So let's look at these fire polished beads we have. Ooh, I like them. Look at these beauties. Look at that. That's gorgeous. We have a lot of, this is like a really great color scheme here. I absolutely love it. So pretty. I'm just gonna kind of dump them in there carefully. And you got a lot of them too. That's a big old chunk of check glass there. All right. Next we have, these are cool. So Egyptian carved tablets, blue, gold, and orange bronze. These are 10 by 25 millimeter, and you get a 2-piece set. So these would make really cool pendants or a really cool focal for like a bracelet. It would make a great pair of like mismatched earrings. That would be a lot of fun to do. These are a lot of fun. And I like that they put like a nice bright orange with the bronze in here, because you don't have that anywhere else in here. And that bright orange does go super well with all these beads. It goes great with them. So really cool that they did that. I love that. And I love the little hieroglyphics on there. It's so cute. Okay, next we have some check glass squares, turquoise and champagne. They're 6 millimeters, and you get about 35 pieces. Okay, and they're 1-hole squares, so they're just like a little 1-hole tile. Really, really cool. I like that, and I like the champagne mix too. Oops, there they go. And I think we're just gonna put them all in one. Oops, that's kind of fun. There we go. And these, I couldn't wait to see these. These are the check glass scarabs, jet black AB. They're 10.5 by 13 millimeter, and you get a 6-piece set. So let's take a look at these little guys. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. Look at these. All right, so they're AB on one side, and it's the side where you can actually see the little scarab outline. Really, really cute. Look at those. And then here's the other side. And there is still a carved scarab on the other side. You just don't see it as well because it doesn't have that AB on there. Isn't that cool? Oh, you can see it kind of in the light. You can see the little lines on the dark side of those beads. All right, so that's it for our bagged bead portion. And now we have some metal pieces. So I'm gonna pull these out and we'll go through each one. So this first one is a curved collar, and it's 12 by 68 millimeter, and you get 1. This is really cool because you do have the option to maybe do like a little brick stitch here and do some really cool little dangles off of it. That's something that would be really fun to do. Or you can even just do some like little wire wrap loops and hang some little beads and stuff from it. That'd be really pretty. So this is cool. It won't fit in my box, so I'm gonna end up putting him back in the bag and putting him with the box. And then we have temple chandelier. These are 16 by 30 millimeter, and you get 2 pieces. By the way, all the metal in here is made in Greece, and they are all lead free. Very pretty. These are gorgeous. I can see doing the same thing here. Is just doing like a really, oh, does that have like, oh no, that was my skin behind it. Okay, those had like red in there, but, or like peach or something. But yeah, you could do like another really cool little brick stitch here maybe, or do some wire wrapping. Really, really fun things that you could do with this. And then the next thing we have are these really cool 6 by 19 pyramid links. These are super fun. Check these out. So you get 8 pieces of them. They're hollow on the one side, but on the other side, they're kind of raised. Like they start out down here and they kind of go up. So like a pyramid type shape. Super, super cool. And then the very last thing we have that's not going to fit in here either is our seed beads. So it looks like we have some 11-0 Tohos here. Let me see if I was right. Oh, no, I'm wrong. 11-0 Mayuki rounds in metallic light bronze. And you get a 5-gram tube. So that's a really good size tube of 11-0s. So that's awesome. So here it is, guys. Here's our Sam's bead box for August. And it is so pretty. and I can't wait to make something with it. So we're gonna actually, I'm gonna get my little mat out here, and we're gonna actually pick out some stuff to do with this box today. So let me just move this on over. Let's just do this little number. All right. So what we have is a lot of gorgeousness, and I'm really kind of intrigued by like this for like a pendant. I'm gonna bring you guys in just a little bit more. There we go. I really want to do something with this, but I'm gonna want to maybe plan that out a little bit with some seed beads and some other little beads. So I think I'm gonna try to plan that out. That's not gonna be a good design on the fly for me. I will have you guys all messed up. So we're gonna hang on to that. But this is so cute. So I thought we would do something with this really pretty pendant. And then I think I want to bring in, I'm thinking these gold drops. Ooh, you know what? I think I want to do the dark blue. Well, you know what? Let's bring in some of these gold drops, because I have kind of an idea. Kind of like what I was talking to you guys about before is like how I like to design with these. So we're going to bring some of those in, and then we have these really pretty lapis Heishi beads. So we're just going to pull those out. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So beautiful. All right. And then I think I want some more orange in here too, or that red. And we're going to use the, I think we're going to use the carnelian colored faceted rounds, because it matches this pendant so nice. And I'm trying to think, I think I'm going to do something maybe a little bit different. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I'm just thinking, guys. I'm running scenarios through my head. We have all of our different little shapes here. We'll probably use some seed beads as our spacers. I kind of want to bring in the scarab. Like if I could do like a little, like this. Have the scarab right there. Because these are so cool. I love these. These are super duper cool. And then maybe I could even, let me think. So I have these. Ooh, guys, hear some thunder? All right, I think this is where we're going to start. I'm going to pull the rest of these out. I'm not sure exactly how many of those we'll need. I think my dog's going to come in. He wants to come in with me? Okay.
It started thundering.
I know, I just heard it. It's okay, buddy. Come on in. Come in here with Mama. Hey, buddy. It's okay. Oh, my dog is so scared. Okay, guys. All right, so this is what we have. I'm going to put this aside. We're going to start here. I kind of feel like I want to add one more little thing to this. Do you want to go underneath my desk? Hold on, guys. I'm going to get my dog situated. 1 second. You guys, I think I just had kind of a crazy idea. So I'm over here like, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm over here grabbing stuff to like, you know, start doing things with. And I'm like, what if I did use this? And what if I used like, sorry, you're gonna have to excuse my fan. It is like sweltering in here. So what if I did like wire wrapping, like the blue and the blue and the gold on here. And I did, let's see, I don't know how many I'm gonna need. Keep grabbing all the turquoise ones. Let me put those in a different spot. There we go. I'll put those in a different spot as I get them. So I just want the blue and the gold. I really want to keep the turquoise out of it for now. We'll do something with turquoise later, but I really want these really deep jewel tone blue and this gold. I just think it's very, very elegant. Not that turquoise color isn't, I just think this is like kind of what I'm wanting to go with. So, and if I did these, like wire wrap them on here, but then did like a bigger, a bigger section here to like hang this in the middle, that would be kind of cute. What about our little scarab? Maybe we'll just have to do something else with our scarab later. But I think this would be really cool. So I think we're gonna try this, you guys. I think we're gonna try to make this happen. So I'm not gonna do any bead weaving, but we will do some wire wrapping. And I have some craft wire here. So we're gonna use the antique bronze, and this is in 24 gauge. So it's gonna be a nice soft metal. And we're gonna need probably quite a bit. So I'm gonna give myself like a full wingspan, okay? Like one whole arm, not the full wingspan, a half wingspan, I should say. So like one whole arm to the middle of my chest. And we're gonna start there. So I'm just gonna move all these aside because this is gonna be strung on later. But we do want to be able to focus on what we have going on here. So I also kind of want to mark my middle. So okay, so the one right, I should have figured it, but sometimes you never know. So the one right below here is going to be our absolute middle. All right, so we're going to start from one end, and we are going to just put our little wire through here, through the first hole. I wonder how I can do that without making it a big old mess. Let's see. That might not work. Hold on, let me straighten this out and cut this little piece off here. So if we did that, how would I make that happen? I wonder if I should start wire wrapping it here, maybe. And then we can go down. So if I take my little piece here and wire wrap that a couple times inside this big loop. What am I doing? I need it bigger. There we go. So we're just gonna start right here, and we're just going to, I wanna kind of wrap that, no, I wanna wrap that away from that. I'm so indecisive today, you guys. Let me grab my pliers so I can grab a hold of that. And we're just gonna grab a hold of this wire and pull that through. Whoop. Okay, so maybe we'll push it through and then pull it through. All right, and we're really gonna pull on that wire to get it nice and straight on here. We just need it a few times, and if you get a little space in between, don't worry about it because we can squish it together with our pliers. And let's do one more time in there. We just want to make sure it's nice and secure. And we're going to cut it off on the back here, on the back side, so that way nobody sees it. And we're going to make sure it's nice and flush up against that metal piece there. There we go. And we can just kind of squeeze that down. Come around the front, squeeze this together, and now we are where we want to be with our long strand. So we have our long piece of wire here, And now what we're going to end up doing, oh goodness, we're going to take our pointy little end here and we're going to come up through. I think this is how this is going to work. We're going to try it. This has not been tested and tried, you guys. This is something. Oh, I should put like a bead on that. Hold on. Let me pull that back out. Let's maybe do, because I should have, let's see, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we may not need all of them. So we're going to take one of these gold ones here and we're going to put it on here to kind of hide our wire. Sorry, the wire is so long, you guys, but I don't want to run out. So we're going to just bring that down. See how now it hides that wire? And I'm sorry, let me pull you guys out because I was off camera a little bit. My camera is getting wild, or I'm getting wild anyway. So now that we have this, we're going to just put it through this little hole from the back. And let's just pull that down. Gotta make sure this is all okay. So this is what we have. I'm just gonna make sure it's kind of sitting nice right there. Okay, just like that. All right, and now we're gonna take a bead. Whoop. And we're gonna grab one of these blue ones. What if I should do like, go from like, do a bunch of gold ones and then do some blue ones after that. Let's try that. So drop that down. And then that we're just going to try to sit right here, just so it kind of like sits off that little circle. And then we're gonna go back up through the next hole and just bring that through. This wire is wild. You might have to tug on it. There we go. See, now it's going to sit there on top of that little section. And then let's do another gold. And we'll just drop that all the way down. Sorry, guys. And then we can go up through the next hole. And we just want to make sure we're pulling it nice and tight. So you're going to end up with like these little like faceted beads along the bottom of this. And I think that's going to look really, really cute. Or really pretty, I should say. Maybe not so cute, but you know what I mean. All right, so we have 3. I think maybe we should do like 6 of this color and then 6 of the blue. I didn't get this one adjusted to sit right, so it's going to be a little bit wonky, but if you can just get it to sit how you need it to sit on that loop, it really helps. And we might even be able to skip a loop because it looks like these are like overlapping really, really well, but I kind of like them nice and overlapped like that. See, this is how it's looking. So let's do 3 more of these. I'll probably do a couple off camera because you guys can kind of see what we got going on. And then I'll come back for the middle because we're going to be putting our pendant in the middle. I have been like, I mean, I love Sam's bead boxes, right? But lately, I don't know, they've just been, ever since like, for me, my personal taste ever since like March. I mean, they've been hitting like just like perfect. Like I love them. And now these color schemes may not be everybody's, you know what I mean? But I love them. And it looks like I got a little kink here, so we're gonna kind of work that out real quick. Just grab my, I don't know what to do with it. We're just gonna try to smooth it out with our fingers. It may not even matter. So let's go ahead and put another gold one on. I'm moving all my tools because all I'm doing is getting tangled on my tools. If we don't need this much wire by the end, you guys will know. I just don't like to run out of wire. I'm always afraid of having to like start over somewhere in the middle of making something. All right, so this is 5 and 6 here. So we're gonna do the blue ones next. And I'm gonna do those off camera because they're just gonna be the same step as the gold. We're just looping them on here, getting them all nice and pretty. That looks cool. I like that. It gives it even more texture than what it already has. Because now this is where our middle is going to be. So, or maybe I do one more gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, I'm gonna do 6 blue because we're gonna need a couple holes for this piece here. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna do these 6 blue ones, and then we're gonna do our pendant together, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I think we're actually at the point where we're gonna wanna put our pendant on here. So we are like one space before the middle. And so what we're going to need is a blue fire polish bead. And I'm just kind of looking at this because I'm trying to think of exactly how I want this to work out. So I think that if I put this here, and then maybe we're just gonna try to test something out here, guys. So put that there, put my check glass drop on here, and maybe position it towards the center. Oh, that's not really working out very well, is it? All right, so let's pull this back off. Whoops, knocking my pliers off. Pull this blue one off. So maybe what we'll have to do is like a couple little seed beads. Let's try that. Because I think we need to get this, got fuzz, like in here somehow. So let's do this. Unless I go all the way over and then use like a different wire. It's like just barely like going down slow. Watch. That was entertaining. All right, so if we put this one here, and we kind of want it to be, I think I might have to wire wrap that one separate and maybe do it just a little bit lower than the rest of this and just go across with all the other, with still the other beads. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Because I don't think this will sit right. I mean, I could try, oh, you know what? It might. Because I think I could probably come back through here and then go back through again. You know, let's give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I know, don't tell me. I don't want to know. All right. This is what design on the fly gets you. This is exactly what design on the fly gets you. Okay. So now if we're coming out the one, this is the middle one, we're coming out the one that is one prior to the one next to it. So we're going to want to go through that one as well. So that's the center, that's one next to it, and then this one is the one we want to go through. Like that. There we go. Okay, so like this. And then maybe I could, yeah, I definitely can go back through that space more than once. So let's go through this one right next to here, right next to the one that we're coming out of. Okay, we're gonna go right through the one that, right next to the one we're coming out of. Oh, shoot. Oh, I knew that was gonna probably happen. All right, let's just try to untwist that as best as we can. There we go. All right, so now I wanna just make sure I'm pulling that nice and tight because we want this to really be in there. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have to be honest with you. I just don't know. Oh boy, is that rain coming down. You guys hear that? I don't think it's gonna work this way, you guys. I'm going to pause this. I'm gonna untangle all this. I'm gonna take this guy off, and I think we're gonna add him after. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got all of that pulled off, and now I straightened my wire back out. And let's go ahead and continue on. And I think what we'll do is we'll just leave this middle one empty, and we'll do like a briolet wrap on this guy here, and put him right there in the middle. So it'll work out just fine. So we're gonna do that after we're all done with this. I think that's gonna work out best. So let's go ahead and put this blue one on. And we are going to just skip right over that one, I think. Let me see. Whoop. Should have held that in place. Slide that back down, holding it in place, and pulling tight. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and that looks really good. Now this one is our middle one right here, so we're going to end up coming probably up over top of this bead or in between somehow, but I'm thinking probably more over top of it, and that's fine. We can definitely do that, but I'm just kind of showing you what we're possibly going to have to do. All right, and then we're going to keep going with the blue, so we're going to do 6 more of the blue. Do a few more together, and I'll do the rest off camera because I'm just doing the same action over and over and over again, and I'm probably boring you guys stiff. All right, let's do one more real quick. And bringing that down. My hands are getting dirty because they're kind of like sweaty because I'm working so hard. And I'm probably gonna go through and just kind of fix my wire, kind of like adjust my wires to make them look better. Like, you know, just kind of pinch them and everything. All right, so here's what we have so far. I think it looks really cool. I hope you guys like it. I think it looks cool. All right, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna finish doing this. We're gonna do a few more of the blue, and then we're gonna end it with 5 gold here and our 6th one right here. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back to this side here, and we're gonna fix all these like little like issues that we're having here. And I put that last bead on, and I'm just gonna go back through this hole a few times, just like I did on the other side, making our little wrap. So we went through 3 times, so we're gonna do that again, match it up. There's 2, and 1 more. Oh, what did I just do? Hold on. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Let me pull that back through real quick. All right. I'm gonna fix that. I found my nylon jaw pliers, by the way. All right, and we did not need this big piece, but you know what? I prevented myself from having to cut another piece because we're gonna be wire wrapping our pendant. Sorry if my hands are getting in the way, you guys. All right, and then I'm just going to squish that down. We're going to bring this around the back and trim it off back here. And I'm just going to use my pliers and kind of squish that in. And then we're just going to kind of straighten out our beads a little bit, right? We're just going to kind of play with the wire on the back and just kind of make room for everything else. Because there's plenty of room here for all these beads to get along. They don't need to be pushing each other out of the way. You can gently move your beads if you're careful. Just don't break one, because then you'll probably cry, because then you have to start over from a certain point. And I don't want you guys to cry. It would make me feel really bad. This one's just really hanging out here, like wanting to be all seen. So we're just gonna try to manipulate her a little bit just to make the front of it look better. And then this one. All right. So you can see a lot of my wire, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind this being a little bit on the rustic side. I think it looks kind of cool. Look. Oh, this one wants to not cooperate. These two right here, these two are battling, you guys. They are like having it out. If I could just get them to line up. There we go. And now this blue one wants to be all attitude-ish. We'll fix it. You can just manipulate your wires to, you're the boss of your wire. Your wire's not the boss of you. I say that as I'm letting it boss me around. I heard a designer say that one time, and I don't remember who it was who said it, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go in with that attitude, but yet my wire's still gonna just tell me what to do. All right, so maybe you could loosen up. If you're gonna do this, maybe take out 2 beads is what I would do from your row here, because I don't think maybe all of them are necessary, but I didn't know that until I did it. So this is what happens. Like, I make all the mistakes, you guys benefit from it. So if you're going to do this, maybe take out one of each color and maybe make it like 5, 5, 5, 5. You know what I mean? Just to have like less going on. Okay, so now I think it looks pretty good. This one in the front is still being kind of a little stinker here. But that's okay. I forgive her. Okay, so now we're gonna take our pendant. And if you remember, I said she's gonna go in here. But the first thing we need to do is we need to get a wrap going, right? Because we're gonna use a loop to go in there. So I'm just going to, actually, you know what? Let's do it this way, because then I could use both wires together and do like a twist. All right, so I brought both of my wires up to make like a little triangle right here. And then I'm gonna take one of my wires, doesn't matter which one, they're both about the same length, and we're just gonna go over top of the other one. But we're gonna need to hang on to our triangle, just so we don't get like a wonky triangle. We might still get a little bit of a wonky one, but I think it'll be okay. This wire is super thin and super like malleable. So it can be a little harder to do some wraps. All right, so now we're gonna just bring them back up together again like this. You got like a little tiny wrap there. I'm gonna bring them up together. I'm gonna try to smooth this out the best I can. And I'm gonna see what I can fit over both of these wires because I have kind of an idea. So we have, oh, I wonder if I should do my scarab. Let's see if it'll fit over both. Because I really kind of want to include him. Oh, he does, you guys, look. He fits over both wires. All right, so now we have both wires and we have our scarab over it just like this. We're gonna keep both wires like that, and we're gonna do our wire wrap loop. All right, so we're just gonna do our wire wrap loop. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not how I make a wire wrap loop. Using both wires, like so. Oh, we want to get both of those in there though, don't we? Let's see. Open that up. All right. So here's our middle. Our middle is right here. Let's put that in there. Then we just need to kind of maneuver that loop into there without making it all like weird. I'm kind of wondering if I should have did this first. If anyone makes this, try to put the pendant on first and then do all your other little beads. Maybe that'll help. All right. No worries. Look at that. We got it, you guys. Look at it. We got this. Cool. All right, and now we're just going to take this around and we're going to wire wrap around here. Just like that. And we're leaving this one just kind of wire exposed. I wonder if I should like travel down across the back of this and do like a thicker wire wrap loop around here. Let's try that out. Okay, come on. So if we go across the back of our scarab, that's also going to hold it in place so it doesn't do all kind of weird wobblies. And then let's bring this down here. Ooh, that actually looks really good. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. Okay, this pendant's taken us a long time. All right, but that's okay because none of the rest of it is not going to take us long. So now I'm on the back of it. I'm going to take these wires and just kind of come up around the back and just back around one more time so I can just cut these off right here. Like that. Squish that down. Oh my goodness. Check this out. Ooh, it just got real dark out. Look at that. That turned out so nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is exciting. All right, I'm gonna clean up a little bit here and then we're gonna go ahead and string. And I'm not making it super duper long, so I think that we should be able to speed through it pretty nicely. Let me go ahead and get that going and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I cut 2 strands of Soft Flex Heavy in this like brown butterscotch color here. I'm opting to use the heavy only because of this pendant plus the weight of all the other beads. So, and the color looks good with it, so that's a plus. I'm also going to, well, no, I don't think we need to if we're going to use that. So no, we're not going to worry about that. All right. These are both 15 inches or 15 and a half inches, right around there. I also pulled out 4 crimp tubes because we're going to need 4 of them. We're going to need here and then back at the clasp, and I'll grab a clasp here in a minute. So let's put our strand through. We're going to grab a crimp tube and bring that all the way down. I'm going to pull our stringing wire up and put our crimp tube over top of both of those pieces of strand there. Just like so. All right, so we're gonna leave just enough room for it to go back and forth. It does not need to be a big loop. And then we're gonna come in with our pliers, and I'm gonna use the Magical Crimp pliers. We're just gonna come in, make sure that's nice and centered in that little divot that's in the pliers. And let's make our ravioli. Oop. Sometimes my ravioli doesn't, now it's better. I was gonna say, sometimes my ravioli doesn't cook right. And then we're going to take our ravioli, we're gonna smash it. And now we're just gonna go around this crimp until we feel no more resistance. We're gonna do one strand together, and then I'm gonna do the other strand, and I will come back when it's complete. So, because I've kept you guys for a super long time. I know it's fun, but I don't want to keep you guys that long. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're gonna go ahead and start stringing. And I'm gonna cut off this extra tail here, only because I know it will not fit through all those beads. So let's cut that off. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put one little seed bead on. We'll start with our spacer. And then let's go ahead and do a carnelian. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this gold one, this blue, then our carnelian, then the blue again, and then our gold. So just like that. And that's how it's going to look. And that's going to be our pattern all the way through. So our seed bead, our drop, lapis, carnelian, lapis, and our drop, just like that. That little spacer right in there. I should make sure I have enough drops. 2, 3, 4. Because that would be, I'd be doing something different up towards the top if that's the case. Which, you know, I've done it before and I'll do it again. It's not that big of a deal. All right, I got all this stuff like in my way. All right, let's put 2 more over there just so I can make sure I'm keeping myself even. And this one. These. This is really just such a lovely box. I am like super excited about this. And then let's put 2 more over there. And then we'll have 2 more and 2 more. Okay, so then we'll see what we end up with, what we end up having to do here. I need more beads. I mean, we could even just like end it and be okay, like put a little crimp at the end and it would be just fine, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I love this. All right, so now that we have that, I think what we could probably do, I'm thinking, is maybe bring in these little rice barrels here for the tops because they're that nice deep blue. And maybe we can do that and use some of the seed beads like in between too. So let's do, we have a seed bead on there. So let's do like 2 of these and a seed bead. Do 3 seed beads. 2 and 3. Yeah, there we go. And then 2 more. And then 3 seed beads. 1, 2, and 3. Did I get the third one on? No, I did not. Okay, that's all right. I am using thicker wire than normal, so there it goes. So 2, 2. I wonder if I should bring in like a few of those little carnelian cubes too. Like maybe right about here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and we'll do 1 cube and 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I got a few more in there I can use. Man, I am blowing through some of these beads with this project, you guys. Good thing I still have plenty there to play with. And then let me grab those other ones real quick. So we're gonna need a couple over there and a couple here. Hold on 1 second, I gotta let my dog back out. All right, guys, I am back. He decided he wanted to go back out by Dad now. He didn't want to be in here with me anymore. I was probably too boring for him. And let's do 3 more seed beads. 1, 2. Oh my goodness, get on there. 3. And a carnelian. So this might actually be long enough here. So I'm gonna leave it just like this. I'm gonna close this one off. Wait, let's put 3 more seed beads on first so it doesn't look like unfinished. And then I will do the other one off camera. There we go. Let me grab a clasp. I'm not even sure what I want to use. I kind of want to use a toggle. So let me see what I have for toggles in the gold. Ooh, you know what? I have this really cool triangle one. Haha, look at that. Looks like a little pyramid. All right. So let's get that out. The gold's a little bit different, but that's okay. I'm not upset about it. It'll be fine. All right, so now we're gonna put our crimp on and our toggle. Go back through our crimp again. And we're gonna pull that down. We're gonna leave a little bit of a gap here because we want these beads to be able to kind of form a little bit more. So there's gonna be a little bit of a gap in between my crimp and everything. So there we go. Okay. All right, set that aside. All right, guys, I will be right back, and we will do, we will put it all back together and try it on. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, here it is. Look at how cool this turned out. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, I am going to try that on for you, but this, oh, you guys, I think this turned out super cool. Oh, I love it. Okay, all right, I'm gonna try it on. I'll be right back. Okay, this may not be the right outfit to wear it with, but you guys can see where it hangs. Oh my gosh, this turned out so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. I need more of these pendants. These pendants are amazing. All right, guys, I will talk to you again real soon. I hope you love this one. I had so much fun making it. It was hard in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough, but we got through it together and we learned some things along the way too. All right, guys, I'm sending you my love and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye, everyone.